I hear you talking about the 7 feelings. What are they just modes? Question mark.
Well, that's an interesting question. So the seven feelings are, let me put something in perspective. If I play just one note, I get a sound. Okay. Any note that I play, I just get a different sound. The only time you get a feeling is not when you have one note, it's when you have the contrast between two or more notes. For example, or feels different, right? Every different combination that I'm playing feels different. A mode, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole right now. Know if one of the 7 feelings is not just a mode. What they are different contrasting notes that give you a feeling. Okay, in a major or minor key, there are 7 notes. Okay, if you play any of the 7 notes by themselves, you just get a note. You just get a sound. It doesn't make you feel anything. But if you play any of the notes simultaneously, like note number 1 and note number 2, you get a feeling because there's now contrast between the 2 notes. Or in other words, there's a pitch distance. There's a distance between the pitch of one note and the pitch of another note. And for some reason or another, those 2 pitches give us humans a feeling. I don't know why, but it creates an emotion, right? So how many notes, how many of those combinations can I play? I can play note 1 and note 2. I can play note 1 and note 3, 1 and 4, 1 and 5, 1 and 6, 1 and 7, and then finally 1 and then 1 again, an octave higher. So let me do all those and you'll feel the different feelings of the notes. So let me see how I can play these 2 notes together here. So I'm going to do an E. So it's not important what scale I'm about to play. I just want you to hear the numbers of the notes. Okay. So here is note number 1, or this. So I'm going to play this lower E note as note number 1, so you can hear the difference. You hear the contrast between each of the notes. Here's note 1 and 2 together. Here's note 1 and 3 together. Here's note 1 and 4. 1 and 5. 1 and 6. 1 and 7. That one definitely makes you feel something, right? And then finally, 1 and 1, or 1 and 8. So the point is, those 7 feelings come from the contrast between each of the 7 scale notes, each of the 7 notes in a major or minor scale. And when you're playing the guitar, because that if you're playing in a particular key, for example, like the key of E, E major, if you're playing in the key of E major, one of the main scales you're going to play is the E major scale. Why? Because it matches the notes in the E major key. So what you're going to be doing is playing the E major scale everywhere on the neck. In other words, all of the right notes are going to be in the E major scale, all the way anywhere you play on the neck. So all of the feelings that you get when you play any of those notes are all of the different contrasts between 2 or more notes in the E major scale. And because there are 7 different combinations that we can do, that's why we get 7 different feelings. So that's why we have 7 feelings in any major or minor key. That's where they come from. That's why they repeat across the entire guitar neck. And what's really cool is when you when you get used to the feeling of each one of the feelings, when you know what it feels like. For example, I know note number 7 and note number 1 together is going to give me that kind of weird, mysterious feeling like this. Or it's just like, like weird, mysterious kind of feeling. I know that's the feeling that that note gives me, right? So my point is, when I'm playing across the neck and I want that weird feeling, well, I know I need to hit note number 7. But what's cool is as you're playing, you don't have to think about the number of the note that you're hitting. You just think about the feeling that you want to play. And there are certain spots within, let's say, scale patterns where the same number repeats over and over again. For example, note number 7. That same note repeats in different areas on the neck, and whenever I want that feeling, that's how I get it. I just hit that note number 7, and it always feels the same no matter where I am on the neck. So that's where the 7 feelings come from. That's why they somehow make us feel something, and that's why there are 7 of them. By the way, I'll add to that as well. If you've ever wondered, you see pros on stage playing, and they're really not looking, or they have their eyes closed, and they're just playing, and they're nailing all the perfect notes. This is what they're doing. They're listening to the feelings of the notes, and there's 7 of them, right? You can play the wrong note, but it's not going to sound very good. So in terms of the right notes in a scale, there's 7 of them. That's why there's 7 feelings. And when you get used to playing the 7 feelings across the neck, that's literally how the pros make it look so easy. Like they're just listening to the feeling that they want to play, and they're just playing it. That's it.
Yeah, awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video. That was just a short clip of one of our longer Q&A videos. If you're interested in watching some more of those videos, then I recommend you hit the subscribe button over here. It's really awesome. Also, we got more videos over here, so check some out if you're interested in learning more about breakthrough guitar or advancing your guitar skills. Peace.